We're
Well,
gonna
also,
get
where's
on
Jill?
so many watch lists for saying that.
Cancel
Culture.
podcast.
All right, welcome to Cancel Culture. This is the podcast where sometimes we have 4 people and sometimes we have 2. We don't know. It's always fun. But you know what we do every time? Talk about some taboo things and try to not get canceled. So welcome back to another episode of that. This week we're gonna be talking about haters. Haters gonna hate, as T Swizzle would say. Listen. Oh, I'm Jamie. Hi.
Oh, hey, Jamie.
Hi, I'm Jamie. I'm one of the people on the podcast this week, and I would say I'm a hater. I'm a hater. And I hate, and I like to hate, and it's fun. However, I draw the line at making my hate known, A, to the person that I'm hating on, unless it's like absolutely necessary, like they deserve it. And B, I would never spread hate online or in writing in any concrete way. Like, I feel like my hate is reserved, unless it's like about like a public figure, in which case, you know,
I mean, they signed up for that.
They signed up for that. Right. Which I guess, like, to my own point, we're kind of doing by releasing ourselves onto the internet. But what I mean by that is, like, I'm allowed to call, like, Jared Kushner an idiot, you know? I would never, like, if 3 people I didn't like who had no bearing on, like, humanity or the world were doing a podcast, I would never, like, feel the need to comment, like, you're a stupid bitch.
I am not a hater. I'm a girl's girl. But I
don't want to hate on you so bad for saying
everybody's face.
Yeah,
I talk shit to everybody's face all the time, which I like to blame on my Sag energy, because I often don't think it's like talking shit. I just am like, why the fuck are you doing that? Or like, you could do this better.
You're
but
blunt.
I think that is often a little jarring for people. But this is my thing, okay? I can take it. So as much as I dish it out, I'm a roastable person.
Right.
Now, these haters in the comments that are like, shut up, you stupid bitch. I'm like, you have too much time on your hands. I need you to find something
And they
else to
can't take it back. They have no ability to like eat what they tossed out.
Well, they just feel so attacked by us existing on the internet.
Right.
That they feel the need to.
I think it's more that they know that they could never have sex with us. And I know that that's like a really cocky thing to say. And like, whatever. But I really think that if I came back at them with like, you're so right, like, you're so hot, like, what are you doing tonight? They'd immediately fold. Immediately. Anyway, so we're both a little bit of a hater, I would say.
I don't know.
You hate to people's face. I hate behind their back. It's up in the air which one's worse. I don't know. Before we get into that, I do have some videos for us to watch. Just some cancel culture's material that's been going on online this week. All right, here's an example of an AI-generated pizza commercial.
Are you ready for best pizza of life? Bring friends down to Pepperoni Hug Spot. Our chefs make pizza with heart and special touch. Cheese, pepperoni, vegetable, and more secret things. Need delivery? Pizzas come fast. Knock knock, who's there? Pizza magic. Eat Pepperoni Hug Spot pizza. Your tummy say thank you. Your mouth say, Pepperoni Hug Spot. It's like family, but with more cheese.
They look like the characters from Coraline when she goes to like the other world, like Other Mother. Stop, Paul. Oh my God.
How do we get this wrong? Like, how are we trusting AI with anything? They can't fucking make a face.
Speaking of cancel stuff, though, like, people have been trying to cancel some of the cast members of Love is Blind. And I just have to say, this is when I'm like, okay, people need to reevaluate what it means to cancel somebody. I don't think you can cancel somebody for just being a shitty person, like, at the baseline. You know, because then everybody's canceled. Like, you can't cancel somebody for just, like, being rude. Like, there's a line. Like, did they assault somebody? Did they, like, call somebody a slur? Like, what's the thing there? But, like, people are online, like, giving death threats to some of these cast members for, like, breaking up with the other one. And I'm like,
people have way too much time on their hands.
Way too much time. We need to we need to reel it back in and focus on like the people we actually need to be holding accountable.
Also, guys, this is reality TV, right?
Right.
Like,
I'm like, how much of it
this is not real life.
No.
Right? Like, this is very highly produced and scripted and edited to make it have a plot.
Also, you know what I just found out? This is another thing to talk about. Kate Manning, I think is her name, who plays Shane on the original L Word and on the new L Word, gay icon that she is straight.
I'm not surprised.
And I'm upset because that feels like a big part of my growing experience was just ruined by finding that out.
Yeah.
And like, I know that like people might have felt the same way, like gay men might have felt the same way when they found out like Stanley Tucci was straight.
Yeah, that's still, I'm like, are you sure?
But
are you sure?
It's a little heartbreaking. I don't know.
It is.
Anyway.
It's not like there aren't enough gay actors, okay?
Right.
They could find somebody to actually represent.
And like her character is like especially gay in the show. I don't know, neither of you have watched the L Word, but it's like basically lesbian porn, and she's like the head honcho, you know, of all the lesbian porn.
But this is so interesting to me. I'm like, as an actor, how do you navigate that? Your agent calls you and it's like, all right, you're gonna play this lesbian with lots of hot lesbian sex for all the queer ladies out there, but don't post anything mentioning that you're straight. Keep it under wraps. Just let people assume what they're gonna assume.
I mean, I think
how do you
it's the
navigate
same
that?
way that like gay people were playing straight people for everything, and they're like,
but I feel like that's totally different because they're like terrified for their lives to admit who they are, like taking it to the grave, whereas this is like,
well, it's a business arrangement,
like, but also like, how did the paparazzi like not catch you with your boyfriend?
No, I'm sure, I don't think it was like a secret. I just found out.
Oh, got it.
In a sense, it's great representation for the lesbian community, because I would say 9 times out of 10 a lesbian's in love with a straight woman. So in that sense, we're very represented.
Accurate. Wait, guys, this is a little random thought. So we're talking about the White House. Do you know Biden is 80 years old?
Do you know he's 80 and running again? Fuck that. Fuck
no,
that
the way
shit.
If I was Jill, I would come in his sleep. I'd be like, look, I have 4 degrees. I'm ready to retire.
Put us all
fucking
out of
running
misery.
again.
She
I would
could
be
really
like,
take
nah.
one for the team.
Well, also, where's Jill?
So many watch lists for saying that.
I know. Where's Jill during this presidency? Where's our first lady?
Hiding.
She's on a beach with a Mai Tai. I hope she is sitting her ass down, relaxing, because she deserves to retire.
But like, literally, what the fuck? Nobody can tell him not to run. Like, actually, what the fuck?
He still won't be the oldest president. I'm pretty sure
I don't
William
give
Henry
a
Harrison
flying
was 82.
fuck. Wait, really low bar. Like, by the time he runs, or by the time he leaves office, he's gonna be.
Yeah, he'd be the oldest. I just hope he doesn't die in there.
I do. No, sorry.
We're on the watch list.
I just forgot that he ran.
I'm not trying to spread mental incompetence rumors. I don't give a shit how with it he is. He could be as with it as the day he was born. But I just feel like we need somebody in all, and this is just as I say it, completely just
we already know
logical,
you hate old people.
Logical fallacy. No, this has nothing to do with his age. It has everything to do with the fact that he is such a filler president. Like, nobody liked him. Nobody wanted to vote for him. He sucks. Anyway, speaking of hating, we're hating, but let's go ahead and take a look at our haters. Turn the lens back to us, you know? I think that's important. Eat some humble pie. Really take it all in. So I believe we have a compilation of some hate messages left on our socials. Oh, we got a top 10. This is exciting.
Wow, Pollywood, this looks great.
There were so many, and I tried to pull ones that were
couldn't narrow it down.
A little more lighthearted and fun, and then attempt to hide the others so nobody left this in tears. But,
listen, it's okay.
But so yeah, start at number 10 from Vinny Coco Puff, pass it to me now, 2 weeks ago. Said, none of this content is against the grain, no risk of being canceled, LOL. You're following the path of all government and corporations set.
That's really offensive to me, because I really try to go against corporations and the government.
Well, this is the thing I find so interesting. All government and corporations, every single government every single corporation, all of whom agree on everything and set the tone. You sheeple following.
Yeah. I feel like the government really wants me out here saying that Biden should
Thrive.
That's like definitely true. That the and Big Pharma loves when I talk about the opioid addiction that they started. They love that. So in that sense, we're all on the same page.
No risk of being canceled. LOL. Thanks, Vinny Cocoa Puff. Pass it to me now.
I also just feel like this is a kind of a backhanded compliment in a way. Like, I'm kind of also honored that he feels like we're doing such a good job at what we set out to do that we have no risk of being canceled. Do you know what I mean? Like, in that way, aren't we really succeeding? Next.
Okay, number 9. Stacy from 10 months ago just said, nothing more than hot air, absolutely and totally basic.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Wait, I like this one.
I like this one too.
I like Spacey's photo thing.
Username.
It's like a skull, but also it's trees. Like,
I
that's
didn't
my
even
vibe.
see the skull.
It's like
I liked Spacey because the username, it's Spacey and there's a space in between
space
each
between
letter.
every letter.
So in that sense, I love this person and thank you.
Real quick, every comment is from a man. Every hate comment is
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Men hate us.
Let me tell you, the woman bookstagram, the other side of the internet I'm on, is like a love fest. Like, everybody's like, love this babes. Like, oh my gosh, she read so many books. Like the exact opposite energy of like all the male dominated spaces I'm in on the internet. Like, totally opposite.
It's just fun because it really just makes me feel good about what we're doing. Cause I'm like, I think if I saw a comment from a woman that was like, you're not very funny, like, and I don't like this, it would break me, but not a single one. So, you know, we digress.
Okay, so on this one, I thought, you know, now we also had to break out to our reels and kind of see what those folks are getting, bridge off to a wider audience. And these also, there's a couple ones. Let's start off with homosexual, feminine, biological, male whistleblower. Kind of just started saying things, but we males suffer because of this criminal masculinity, spelled incorrectly, let's note for our listening friends, which comes from the biological female's biology, so is not our fault. Another spelling error. I hug males over 52. Miss Andrew, hug males coming. Male caressing males for relaxation, spelled incorrectly, and cute bonding. I don't know what any of that means. I don't know.
I feel like this was written by a bot, like an AI bot. I don't even know that this is a real comment. I think this was AI.
Yeah, what's going on?
I mean, if it's not, are you okay? Like, what's going on?
Well, it starts with like, wait, she behaved misandrous? ? And then later it's like something to stop misandry.
We do get a lot of comments though having to do with us being like misandrists, like hating men, and I'm like, I don't know how you got that impression, because I do. That's a lie. I know how you got that impression. I'm
like, and
we talk shit about men. A, I don't care, and B, I'm like, I feel like we also defend men more than I'd like. Like, I think we're out here talking about redemption more than anyone else. So
I think you are. I'm definitely a raging misandrist. So I understand why they're upset. I understand. Yeah, but except my boys on the crew, we got some great boys. So,
but I also don't understand why they don't understand why we hate men. You know, what, like, believe what you want to believe, think that women are lesser, but then you have to also understand why we don't like that, right? Like, you have to understand why women are like, wait a second, I don't like being treated less than. Like, they're surprised.
Yeah. I don't know that it's, I hate all men. I think I just love women so much.
Well, that too.
And women are so incredible. And the bar is just on the floor.
The floor.
You know?
It's through the floor, actually. Wait, but can I also just say, did you guys see that? Sorry to interrupt this game, but did you see that video of, I think it was somebody either from Fox News or like a litigator or like a Republican something or other. I don't fucking know. I don't remember.
So Jamie has no idea.
I have no facts and no
some random
context. Some guy on the internet, some right-wing conservative man, emotionally and verbally abusing his pregnant wife. There's like a video because they're getting divorced very publicly now. And she, like, I guess, released this home video from their, like, security footage of him, like, being like, really abusive to her, and she's
Mm.
like handling it with the most poise I've ever seen, I would have been like fucking screaming. This woman, like, he's telling her, he's like, think about what you're doing, like decide how you can be a good wife to me, like you can like you like what you're doing right now is you are not submitting, you are not like behaving like a wife should, and all this shit, and like berating her and belittling her and all this crazy bullshit about how she like can't use the car. And he's like, you didn't even consider how if you took the car you'd be trapping me here, isolating me, like you're not even getting me what I need from the grocery store, like all this crazy shit. And she's like, Steven, that was his name. I don't know what his last name is, but it was Steven,
Steven?
because I remember her saying Steven. She's like, Steven, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna walk away from the situation. She's like, she said I love you, which I was like, girl, help. She was like, I love you, but I cannot be here anymore. And she's like, I'm gonna go. And he's like fucking screaming at her about all this shit. And she's like, Steven? I was like, oh, I hate men. Anyway, sorry. That's just a tangent, but I feel like
I think I would have just bust out laughing. I think if anytime a man approaches me like that, I know I emasculate them because I just can't stop laughing, because I'm like, be fucking for real. Be fucking for real. Really? Is that how you feel? Steven, I'm growing your literal spawn. I'm literally growing a human right now. I'm going to take the car to go get some food. If you need something, you can text me about it. But right now, what you're doing is embarrassing for you. I need you to take a breath. Like, literally. I'm growing a human.
Fuck off,
I'm growing
Steven.
a human.
Anyway, next hate comment. Lay it on us.
Well,
Laugh in
real
the face.
quick, let's double tap on Robert Woodson, who's actually commending Kendall for her strength.
Send her to fight the
Fight
Taliban.
the Taliban, come on.
Yeah, shout out Robert Woodson.
I thought this one was good. Incredible. This short not only made me not want to ever listen to your podcast, but it made me decide to delete YouTube from my phone.
That's honestly
that was
creative.
A good joke.
I love a good read. You know what I mean? Like, I love a successful read, and I feel like, what is this? Silence.
Spelled, yeah. Silence. Oh, zero.
Spelled weird. I commend them
PSY?
for their creative read. And I also want to know if this is true. Like, I need to know, are they still on the internet? Like, do they still have YouTube? Because I don't believe that they deleted it. But if we did wield that power over them and we got one more hater off the internet, like, I commend us. You know what I mean?
You inspire.
We wielded a lot of power in their lives, and like, it's crazy how much of an impact we've had on them. I yearn for that kind of power over people, so I appreciate that we had that.
So this next one is just hilarious. So this one, for our listening friends, is a shout out to our game Who Said It, where it's an image of one of the clips. I say, if you had a dick at one point in time, you also have all the bone structure that comes with having a dick. You have bigger hands, you have bigger shoulder joints. You're a fucking man. That's a man, okay? And it's Joe Rogan and Ben Shapiro. And this one, there were many, I guess there's only seven comments, but this one got a lot of engagement. And I like how
from all the cis heads,
everyone's taken it as a W. Like, everyone, I don't think there was necessarily a perspective or commentary on this clip. So we tapped into that market effectively.
Yeah, well, I think like they just didn't listen to the rest of the surrounding content, but a lot of the comments are like, yeah, bro was right. Bro, there's 3 bros in the comment section. 3 times we have to deal with somebody saying bro, which is just disappointing. But
same, bro.
Bro woke up and chose facts over mental illnesses. Bro spoke
facts.
Bro, I said that.
Wait, my favorite one is Rogan looks like Shrek.
Yeah. That's good.
This one's hilarious. Stephen S said 10 months ago, the breakdown is totally inaccurate. How can you ask a panel of women and a gay guy about the male experience? Shout out, Evan. That's the problem with women trying to be logical. They can't. They're emotional creatures. Men and women are different. I wish I was on this debate to debate their viewpoint.
You're welcome on the pod anytime, Stephen S. We'd love to have you, because honestly, you sound like a great person to debate with.
Classic biology.
Yeah.
I'm so glad this biologist is coming to bring us the facts.
Right.
Because we really need some grounding. You know?
Especially about my gay dad married to my straight mother.
Evan.
Listen, he did say the gays love him, and it takes one to know one, Steven. So
Go
It's
ahead,
kind
Paul.
of funny that in the past we've gotten comments about myself being gay or Evan being gay. It's like that's the only solution for people to think why we be working on this podcast.
yeah,
Right.
you couldn't
No way,
possibly
one of
be
us.
straight men who agree with us. That would be
Right.
crazy.
My favorite part about this comment is Stephen is clearly trying to show his intellectualism. However, there's no grammar in any of this. Whatsoever. I'm like, what are you saying, Stephen?
Yeah,
like,
there's
what
no
are you
commas.
trying?
It should be, wait, can we reorganize this? Like, this comment should read, this comment currently has no punctuation. This is how it should read. Their logical breakdown is totally inaccurate, period. How can you ask a panel of women and a gay guy about the male experience? Question mark. That's the problem with women trying to be logical, comma. They can't. They're emotional creatures. Capital M, men and women are different. I wish I was, and really, I would say that should be a conjunctive sentence.
Yes.
Men and women are different, comma. I wish I was on this podcast.
Or would love to debate this viewpoint.
Yeah, would love to debate, period.
I'd slash all that I's in there. Too many.
Right, exactly. There's too many I's.
To be verbs.
And there doesn't end with a period. So like, and what's really concerning is there are periods in here in the place of other punctuation. So
also,
it's
guys,
just
the
a mess,
best part,
grammatically.
we're inaccurate because there is one collective male experience.
Right.
All the straight men share the same experience.
Amen.
And how
Which
can
is
women
why,
and a gay guy
there can't be straight men on our podcast because they couldn't
Right.
possibly be straight because they don't share the
that
experience.
experience?
But Christopher Coney to 6 days ago, Power Bottom, Senior Citizen, Jimmy Neutron, Missy from Big Mouth, and the white lady who calls the cops in Central Park started a podcast. Cool.
Wait, guys, I want to know which
Listen,
one I am. Am I the
you're-
power bottom or am I
No,
Missy?
you're Missy.
I was
You're-
celebrating because I'm like, yes, I'm Missy. But then I'm like, I kind of want to be the power bottom.
No, I think the power bottom. Actually, I don't know who the power bottom is. Is that Mariana then?
I don't know. It must be because Senior Citizen Jimmy Neutron can only be Evan.
Yeah,
no one
and
else can fill that role.
And I'm the only white lady, so I guess I'm white lady who calls the cops, which is the most offensive one by far, by the way. Like the fact that this person called me a Karen is way worse than the rest of these insults.
It is. No, I'm honored that I'm Missy from Big Mouth because you know that's
Yeah.
like my favorite show. I'm fucking obsessed. Cast me, guys. I know you finally put a black woman in there.
Yeah.
But like amazing.
I mean, and like Senior Citizen Jimmy Neutron is an epic read.
That's so great.
Epic. I'm gonna start calling Evan that. Like I'm
Same.
literally gonna introduce him as Senior Citizen Jimmy Neutron because that is amazing. I'm honestly jealous that they called Mariana Power Bottom if that's about her. Like honestly, just so jealous. And also, this person clearly knows. Like this person is gay, right? Like this person, these reads are too good to be from a straight man.
For sure. Oh, I love it. This is the kind of hater roasting that I live for.
This
Like,
is
yes.
the kind of hater roasting
You
that
can
I'm
come
like,
on the show.
We deserve that.
I
Like,
love
this
this.
is what this
Yes.
is about. Yes. Chase Love says there are two genders, comma, I'll wait. Wait for what?
W.
For what?
Yeah, you'll be waiting for a while, Chase.
Wait for a while, Chase.
I love it because Chase Love totally got on here and was like, okay, can't wait to start some shit. Everyone's gonna be, my phone's gonna be blowing up. I'm gonna be famous after
No comments,
saying
no
this.
likes.
No, literally no interactions on this comment. Not a single one.
Next.
All right, well, moving to the
Oh,
last
God.
two.
Nutty Wheelie.
Nutty
This is a
Wheelie.
long
You really
one.
came at this like chapter.
Man, this is an essay.
He took the time. He took the
He
time.
said it's painful obvious that you don't understand irony, cadence, or general joke structure. You're not seeing that the joke Bill Burr has set up exclusively to ruffle the feathers of thin-skinned virtue signalers has achieved its goal, which I've never heard that terminology before, so we're all learning something today. You then compare his style comedy to that of someone else's style that is set up with the sole purpose of her disability being a factor. As a paraplegic, close, I find Bill Burr's honesty in his comedy to be refreshing and a patronizing sea of pity that your corresponds exude. It may be offensive to you, but please stop acting like you can speak for the disabled community. Speak for yourself and stop trying to use other people's voices to proclaim your shitty opinions. It's worse than someone screaming in my face At least I know exactly how I feel about that. This speculation of my outrage feels like a proverbial pat on the head. So, Nutty Wheelie, let's watch what we say here, because it's my interpretation of this, also given his name, that this is a possibly handicapped person who is coming.
He said paraplegic.
I was reading it quickly. So then, yes, confirm that Nutty Wheelie is a.
He said as a paraplegic. Listen, no, I take this comment in stride because here's the thing. I have never once claimed to speak for anyone but myself. I can speak for no one but the thoughts in my own head. And I am sorry if I came across as somebody who was trying to speak on behalf of a community, let alone one that I wasn't a part of. I can't even speak for all small Jewish white girls in my 5-block radius. Like, I don't know anything about anything. But I don't exactly know the criticism here. Like, I'm trying to figure it out. Like, he's upset that we said that Bill Burr's joke was offensive because he feels like we're undermining its comedy that he found funny by criticizing it.
Well, I think what he's trying to say is like, we're trying to be outraged on behalf of a community that's not outraged,
right,
or offended by this,
right?
Which I hear that. I'm also just, guys, I'm honestly trying to remember like what the fuck this is about. I'm like,
I don't remember the Bill Burr joke.
So I feel like I'd have to look at it.
Here's the thing about it is like, if you're not offended by it, I'm so happy for you. And I hope you laughed your ass off and I hope you had a great time. That's great. I claim to speak for no one and nothing other than my own.
Feel like we also said that in the episode.
Yeah.
That we were like, says all of us able-bodied persons.
Yeah,
like,
right.
We definitely made jokes about that too. But all right, moving on.
Okay, let's get to the last. This one just as a sweet own on our part. So Brandon Pasta said, it's not that people are homophobic, it's that they don't want that view shoved down their kids' throat to make them think they should be that way. Be gay all you want. Be gay all you want. Be whatever you want. This is America, but don't push your views on children that shouldn't care about sexual orientation. To which we responded, you're the only one talking about kids here, let alone what's getting shoved down their throat.
I think that might have been who wrote that? I think that might have been me and Jesse, but I don't remember.
It wasn't me. I didn't comment on this one.
I think it was a combination of me sending it to Jesse and being like, what should I comment? And him probably pitching that back.
My favorite thing about this argument is we got gender reveals. We got the t-shirts that are like bun in the oven.
Oh god.
We got the we have so
color coordination.
Yeah, the little boys can't play in the kitchen. How dare you?
Action figures versus Barbies.
Yeah. And
it's like literally every part of American culture shoves gender down your throat.
Yeah.
And you're going to tell me not to. Also,
well, they're talking about orientation here,
Right. Well, this has happened when I was a preschool teacher, and this happened too. Like, we read a book about like a little kid who was trans, and one of the parents lost their goddamn mind and was like, how dare you? Like, you didn't give us any warning. Like, you should have told blah, blah. I'm like, what the fuck would you say to a trans kid right now? Right? Because it's like, they're not doing anything wrong, they're just existing and getting to see their own representation in like a day-to-day life.
Right.
Meanwhile, you need a fucking trigger warning when we talk about anything other than like cis-het little kids. Like, that's the problem.
I think this is like such a massive cultural shift where children are already identifying and developing their gender expression and identity by the time they're 2. And that has nothing to do with the roles that they've been given. They're like discovering it in themselves and their own autonomy. But like, their grown-ups are so conditioned to assign very strict binary genders that they freak out that there could be any other possibility. Because like, as much as people are like, I'm not trying to be homophobic, I'm not a hater, I vote for blue, I'm a Democrat, but also like, I don't want my little boy coming home in a tutu. So don't read that book. Don't read that book. I love my son if he adheres to the vision I've created for him, and what I have decided I want my child to grow up to be as. So.
And this parent too was like, I'm not transphobic, but like, I just want to be able to have these conversations with my kid. And I responded,
so I can really enforce the gender I assigned them.
And I was like, you know what? If and this was also a Black woman, and I was like, how would you feel if another parent in the class, we read a book about like a little Black kid, and another white parent in the class came to me and was like, you should have warned us.
Can we have a warning?
That we were reading a book about a Black kid. I said this to her and she was like, it's totally different. And I was like, it's not
kind of the same.
Really. Like, you're talking about an identity of a kid who didn't choose to be anything other than who they are that day. And they can't, help that. Gosh,
we have such a long way to go.
We have such a long way to go.
I'm tired just thinking about it.
But anyway, the point is, Brandon Pausta, your username. Pausta.
Be gay all you want.
Be gay all you want should be at the end of your sentence. Like there's no one is pushing anything down. The gay agenda is not to make everybody gay. The gay agenda is to make everybody okay with the people who are gay. That's it. So
honestly, I don't even know that it's that gay. Like the gay agenda is just to exist.
Yeah, the gay agenda is literally
the bar is low.
The bar
just
is
like
low.
Literally.
There is no agenda.
Society.
The gay agenda is that there is no agenda. You guys keep making one up and shoving it down everyone's throats so that everybody's scared of this like terrifying thing. It's like, oh, God, like just shut the fuck up. Like you are not being affected by anything that anybody else is doing.
All right. Well,
Paul's like, Paul's like, get off your soapboxes.
I'm just watching my clock.
Sorry.
See, here's the thing: our listeners, being the activists and the great members of society that they are, they have to get out there. They're taking the necessary steps. So we don't want to take up too much of their time. We need to let them do their thing. So
you mean like all these commenters?
Well, I'm talking specifically to this guy right here, Nicholas Rodinos, has commented. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and this isn't. I just couldn't fit on the page.
George Carlin would be proud of our attempts.
Aww.
Like, look at this. Then I respect that this podcast tries to make jokes about difficult subjects without the reckless idiocy of a berserker, but rather tries to think what makes sense isn't to George Carlin would be proud of your attempts. That is such a nice, thoughtful
That's so cute.
That was kind.
One more time and give a air of smooches. And then I've made so many jokes about Republicans being perverts that they've outlawed comedy. Blah, blah, blah. It'd be darkly funny if Tate avoided lung cancer only to get testicular cancer instead.
Couldn't happen to a nicer predator.
That's good. That's funny. Oh, these are sweet.
Right? These
I like this one about Chet Hanks. Somebody help me out. When was Chet Hanks popular or even relevant? Because remember, I didn't even know who the fuck he was.
I didn't know who that was.
My mind was blown that it was Tom Hanks' offspring. What? Crazy. Wild.
Yeah. These are
You're
great.
Right. You're right, Nikki.
Thanks, Nikki. Well, shout out to you. We love you. We see you. Keep fighting the good fight out there.
Keep fighting the good fight. My biggest takeaway from this pod today is I can't wait for senior citizen Jimmy Neutron to come back.
Oh my God. We got to get some artwork of that because really, I think that's our new slogan.
Yes. Oh, also right. Missy from Big Mouth, guys.
Yeah.
This is peak my career.
I'm getting him a shirt that says senior citizen Jimmy Neutron for his next birthday.
Do it. I love it.
All right. Well, it's been really fun listening to your roasts of us. I hope you continue to do that in the comments. It'll just give us more content. So roast away. Until next time, this has been Cancel Culture.
Cancel Culture Podcast.